Hello my dear Armenians, these are the news from Western Armenia, especially for you. Abandoned Cilicia when France turned its back on the Armenians it had promised to protect 1919 to 1921. Armenak Abrahamian, the lost capital the world has finally recognized. The war will not be limited to Iran. Khamenei issue a regional warning. Western Armenia's heritage at risk. Alarming figures reveal a deepening crisis. The defenders of Van, children standing on the front line of survival. Renowned sculptor Ryan to build the Orange Country. Genocide committed against Armenians memorial. Metskert's Armenian church in danger, a historic sanctuary, a warning, urgent attention. Who owns Kadaif? Shocking historical revelation from Tigranakert. Armenak Abrahamian. On February 1, 1919, the Legion of the East was officially renamed the Armenian Legion, whose 107th anniversary we mark today. After seeing how Armenian history is being distorted, the author decided to restore the facts and defend historical justice. France had promised protection to Armenians, yet 1 century later, the Ankara Agreement still casts a shadow over Franco-Armenian memory. In 1915, France, Britain and Russia condemned Ottoman crimes against Armenians as crimes against humanity. That same year, during the Musa-Dagh resistance, around 5,000 Armenians were rescued by French ships, a powerful symbol of solidarity. In 1918 to 1919, Armenian Legion units fought alongside French force. After World War I, Armenians returned to Cilicia, believing France's promise of protection. Cities such as Adana, Marash, and Aintab were liberated, and in August 1920, Cilicia declared independence. The turning point: political changes forced France to change its position. On October 20, 1921, France signed the Ankara Agreement with the Khameneist regime and withdrew from Cilicia. This sees France abandoning tens of thousands of Armenians and effectively handing the region to Turkey. Promises made through international agreements were left unfulfilled. Massacres and exile. After French withdrawal, massacres resumed. Armenians' villages were destroyed, populations were killed or forced into exile. The 1921 deportation ended the existence of Cilicia, Armenia, a second Armenian homeland that had survived decades of persecution. For Armenians, this abandonment renames a symbol of betrayal. A forgotten chapter. In France, this history is largely unknown. Cilicia remains a blind spot in French colonial memory. Today, on the 107th anniversary in 2025, the Republic of Western Armenia calls on France to reopen this issue, not for revenge, but for truth, responsibility, and historical justice. Recognition, reparation, and official acknowledgement could lead to true reconciliation. The ancient city of Ani, located in Kars region, along with 11th century church of the Saint Gregory of Aguamerens, is included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. The recognition confirms Ani's historical importance as a major political, economic and cultural center of medieval Armenia. It also helps protect and preserve Armenian architectural heritage for future generations. Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei warned that any war against Iran would not remain local. He stated that if a war begins, it will inevitably spread across the entire region, affecting neighboring countries. According to data from the Armenian Patriarch of Western Armenia in 2025, only 183 baptisms were recorded, while 527 funerals took place. This means that greatly exceed births. Marriage numbers have also declined. Economic difficulties have forced many families to reduce or cancel church ceremonies because they cannot afford the costs. Experts and religious leaders warned that if these trends continue, the demographic decline of the Armenian Christian community in Western Armenia may become irreversible. This situation threatens not only the community itself, but also the continuity of Western Armenia's historical and cultural heritage. A historic photograph published in National Geographic in 1919 shows Armenian boys who took part in defense of Van in 1915. The oldest child in the photo was only 12 years old. Instead of living a peaceful childhood, these boys were forced to defend their homes and families. Their faces show fear, determination, and courage. They became symbol of Armenian endurance and silent witnesses to the high price paid for survival. On January 29, 2026, award-winning sculptor Petre Ryan was selected to design and build the Genocide committed against Armenians memorial in Yerevan's Great Park. The monument will represent a mother holding a child, surrounded by flying crans symbolizing memory, protection, survival, and hope. The official unveiling is planned for spring 2028. The memorial project is supported by the major Armenian community organizations to preserve historical memory for future generations. The Armenian Church of Golbaki in the Metskert district of Dersim is currently in very poor condition. Years of neglect and lack of restoration have brought the building close to collapse. Local residents and heritage specialists emphasized the urgent need for conservation and restoration work to save this historic sanctuary from permanent loss. Kurdish political figure Altan stated that Kadaif originally belonged to Armenians living in Tigranakert in the 19th century. He explained that Armenians and Assyrians were the main cultural and culinary contributors to the city. According to the 1969 census, they made up nearly half of Tigranakert central population. This statement highlights the region's multicultural past and reminds us that traditional cuisine often preserves historical truth better than politics. If you have any questions or want to learn more, you can visit our official link. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.